In a dusty corner of a small Indian town lived a boy named Urav, just 12 years old. He didn't have much. A tin-roofed single-room home, a rickety stove, a few pieces of worn-out clothing. But in that humble space, surrounded by the smell of warm rice and the sound of his mother's sewing machine, was a kind of wealth many never see: love, discipline, and values that could not be measured in rupees. His mother, a quiet woman with tired eyes and calloused fingers, had raised Urav alone since his father passed away when he was just a baby. She worked endlessly as a tailor, stitching dreams into fabric while barely making enough to survive. Yet every evening, she would look at Urav and say one thing: "Son, no matter how little we have, never sell your honesty. Even in the darkest night, let your truth shine like a lamp." Urav held those words close, even though he didn't fully understand their weight, until the day that changed everything. It was a scorching afternoon. The school bell had rung, children had dispersed, and Urav was walking home, his books clutched to his chest. He was thinking about the empty rice tin at home, about the torn roof that leaked during rain, about the money they didn't have. Then he saw it. Near a cracked footpath, lying quietly in the dust, was something shiny. He bent down. A wallet. He picked it up and looked around. The street was silent, just the wind and a few sleeping dogs. With trembling hands, he opened the wallet. Several thousand rupees. An ID card. A few old black and white photos. His heart pounded. This money could pay the school fees his mother struggled with. It could fix the roof. Maybe even bring a new stove. For a moment, his mind danced with possibilities. He had never held so much money before. It felt like a gift from the universe. But then he remembered his mother's voice. "Even in darkness, let your truth shine." He looked again at the ID. Name: Mr. Shankar. Address: just 2 lanes away. The wallet suddenly felt heavier than gold. Without wasting another second, Urav turned and ran. He didn't stop to think. He didn't try to justify keeping it. He just knew what had to be done. After asking a few locals, he found the house. A modest home. Old bricks, fading paint. He knocked. A few seconds later, an elderly man opened the door. Thin, frail, eyes anxious. "Yes, beta," the man asked. Urav held out the wallet. "Uncle, I found this near the market. Is it yours?" The old man froze. He took the wallet with shaking hands, opened it, stared. Yes, this is mine," he whispered. "I was returning from the bank. It's my pension. I must have dropped it. I was so worried. I didn't know what to do." Tears welled up in his eyes. He looked at Urav like one looks at a miracle. "You don't know what you've done for me," he said, voice cracking. "In today's world, this honesty, it's rare. What's your name, son?" "Urav," he said softly. The old man pulled him into a hug. "Come in, please. Let me give you something, a reward at least." But Urav stepped back, shaking his head. "No, uncle. I didn't return it for a reward. My mother says, do the right thing even when no one is watching." "Mister." Shankar stared at him for a long moment, then smiled, a deep, grateful smile. "Your mother has raised a gem." "Still," he insisted, pulling out a folded note. "It's not a reward. It's a blessing in paper form. Use it for your books." This time, Urav hesitated and accepted. Respectfully, he went home, told his mother everything. She didn't say a word, just held him close for a long time, silent tears in her eyes. But the story was far from over. The next morning, something unthinkable happened. A white car stopped in front of their home. Urav and his mother stepped outside, confused. Out came Mr. Shankar, neatly dressed, smiling warmly. He wasn't just a retired man. He was a former school principal. Known, respected, connected. And he hadn't forgotten the boy who returned his pension. That morning, he brought more than gratitude. He brought a gift Urav could never have imagined. "I shared your story," he told Urav, "with my old school trust with a local newspaper." Everyone was moved. He turned to Urav's mother. From this day forward, your son's entire education will be sponsored till college. He will never have to worry about school fees again. He deserves every chance to rise." The mother folded her hands, speechless, eyes flooded. But Mr. Shankar gently took her hands and said, "Don't thank me. Thank your son, and thank your values. The world needs more like him." From that day, Ur's world changed. He studied harder, read more, dreamed bigger. But he never changed his roots. He never let go of honesty. No matter how hard things became, he carried his truth like armor. Years later, Urav became an officer, one known across the state for fairness and integrity. He refused bribes, chose justice over shortcuts, and every year on Republic Day, he would give the same speech. Honesty doesn't shout, but its echoes are eternal. Do good not for applause, but because it's right. And remember, sometimes the smallest right act opens doors no key ever could.